Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Come on, join your boy by hitting that like, subscribe, and the notification bell. We got a lot to talk about today. I just wondering, just like you guys are, what's going on. It's a lot going on. Let's get right into it. So we could clearly see that we have what? Earnings today. Today at closing bell, we got Microsoft, Meta, Hood, Coin. You see that? We got, look at that. You could see MicroStrategy, Starbucks. So we got a lot. A third of the S&P 500 is reporting as we speak right now. As I shoot this video, there will be more earnings. Now, what I'm concentrating on and what the market is concentrating on is forward guidance. Forward guidance. Now, sometimes forward guidance is not just the numbers, the hard numbers, EBITDA and all of that, what they're projecting. Sometimes is what they're doing, like Elon. Sometimes forward guidance is them telling you what they're going to do in the future. Like Elon saying, I'm going to spend less time at Doge and more time at what? Tesla, because that's what we hired him for, right? He works for us because we own shares of Tesla. Follow? So that's what's going on right now. So you can't just go off of what the earnings are, but what the forward guidance is. Okay, so let's look at a few of them. So now at the time of filming this, you could see Meta, all right? Meta is actually up. Look at that, by 4%. Okay, Meta is up by 4% on the 5-day. On the daily, it's actually down, but by the weekly is up. So now, those of you that's been following me for a while, you know if I'm going to play earnings, I'm not going to say never, I rarely hold until earnings unless it's something that I know is going to knock it out of the park. So what do? I generally do a call within the first week leading up to earnings, right? So we got Meta here up 4%, even though it's down by 2.5%, right? Then we have Hood. Kind of the same thing with the entire market, right? And we know that this is mostly tariff driven, and today's down is what? GDP. So we could see kind of like the same thing. So had you done a call anywhere in here, right? Even here, I would have generally been out the day of. That's what I do. So I make my little money and then I say bye-bye and I go away. Now, if you nail it and you understand exactly what the earnings are going to be, blah, 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 and you nail it, of course, you're going to make great money. You're going to make bigger money. I just don't like that, risking that, because clearly you saw what Tesla did. They actually, their earnings was garbage, but the forward guidance, what he said was strong, even though they didn't give a projected forward guidance as far as numbers, but he kind of did with what he said he's going to be doing. Follow? So let's look at this. We could see Microsoft, Meta, and Robinhood, as I have them stacked, for the week are still up, though they are all down today, right? So we were showing that the market was believing that these companies were going to do good. You see that? And then, boom, look at that. You see what happens. April 29th, they go down, right? And you could see what's going on, right? So what happened here? The first 100 days, president's speech, boom. Then here we go back up. And so he really didn't give much on his speech as far as, again, forward guidance saying that I am dedicated to ending this tariff war with China in the next 2 weeks, something bullish like that or hawkish like that. The market would have liked that and went up, okay? But because we don't see a clear end to the tariff war, then we're just stuck in limbo. And any negative news, the market will not like it. Any positive news, the market could have good bounces like it did last week, with the exception of Monday. So it is the market is very skittish right now. Okay. So what happened today? Stock market today, Dow, S&P, NASDAQ fell, bleak GDP. Okay. Jobs data with big tech earnings on deck. Okay. And so that's what's going on. And if you really want to know what's going on and what we got to look at now, this is what we got to look at, really, if you ask me. So GDP is in. So now we got to look at what? The next job report. Now, the jobs report for April will come in May. Okay. That's May 2nd, right? That's next week. So we have all of these data points just hitting bam, 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 bam. And if the jobs data, which is coming out an hour before the market opens Friday, May 2nd, okay, April 2025, all right, then we will see the market react what? Not good. So April's job data will come out May 2nd. Let me be clear. So April's job data will come out Friday, May 2nd, okay, 2025. So let's be on the lookout for that. And I will tell you that it could really be bad if we have job loss in this data. The market will be scared that a recession is coming. There's a ton of recession talk being tossed around now because here we are. So if we look, what's new? China praises tariff. All right. I'm sorry, in China. Trump praises tariff in cabinet meeting as U.S. economy shrinks 0.3 live update. This is what I found interesting. China creates a list of goods exempt from the 125% tariff, right? So it's like China's trying to do a runaround to see what's going on. But at the end of the day, our economy is shrinking. Okay. And so we're going to focus on the money, and we're going to focus on what is the likelihood that China and America gets together and make nice. That's what we're focused on. Okay. And so we know, we know all of the politics. Save the comments. We know the politics. We know that China's been ripping us off, and that's true. China's been, not just us, China's been ripping the world off. If you disagree with that, you just don't know. If you got any kind of patent, China's been ripping off, and China's been doing these deals. Okay, let's just keep it let's call it what it is. I did not like the way, and I stand behind that. I didn't not like the way that this tariff was rolled out. Now the White House is pulling back, allowing car manufacturers time because they're not going to tax them on the, they're trying to work out the chips, and they're not going to tax them on the steel and all of that. So the car companies came and they were like, hey, this is going to affect us in a very negative way. Again, I was just saying that it needed to be a rollout. Okay. And so everything that I've said, not just me, economists have said it, it is coming to pass. So now we are out here and the economy does not like it. But remember, this GDP numbers are skewed. Why is it skewed? Because a lot of businesses ordered stuff in early, right? And then so the ports go from full to empty, or lacking. And so that's what I wanted to tell you guys. Even here now, I had a lot of work being done here. I'm only filming 3 days a week. Why? This whole outfit, I got a new HVAC, air conditioning, heating. I got other stuff happening. I have my grandkids here working for me, paying them, putting money in their Roth IRA like I taught you guys to do. And I'm just telling you guys that a lot of things ramped up. A lot of car purchasers went and purchased their cars early. And you say, hey, that's good. But what comes behind that is now everybody got theirs in before the tariffs really hit. And then we have a slowdown in GDP. Okay, so that's what is fearing the market. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. It is still holding strong at 94. Bitcoin has been holding good. XRP down Almost 5% in the last 24 hours. But Bitcoin is holding strong. And I suggest, and I'm going to stand behind it, I've been suggesting that everyone has some Bitcoin. Now, I told you guys what my crypto journey is going to look like. If we go above 110, and if there's a pump above 110, therein lies where I'm going to set my stop losses. That's what I'm doing because I don't have to assume risk. I've made a lot of money swing trading crypto, and then I will buy back in on the low. Okay, good people. So that's what I wanted to tell you guys. I wanted to keep you guys abreast on everything that's going on. We got to look at jobs. And when that bell rings after this video is over, we got to listen to what these CEOs are going to say about forward guidance, right? And we have to see what's going on. Again, I have, it's rare that I've been in this position. I got stop losses on everything. That's what I do. Larry, what do you set your stop losses? There's not one number. There's different levels. There's stock that I'm up 5%. There's stock that I'm up 200%, as you guys saw. There's stock that I'm up 100%. So if I'm up 100%, I could set a stop loss. If I'm up 100%, I could set a stop loss at 20%, and I'm still good. But you do know that it could trigger, after closing, and then what? The next morning, you're in trouble. Unlike crypto, you set your stop losses, good people. For everybody that has stock up I want you to go and watch the class on how to do buy limit orders and stop losses. It trades 24/7, okay? And then I want you guys to come learn and earn with me. Options for Dummy. Talk to me like I'm 3. That's how I'm teaching this class. People are already learning. Even people that's been in options are learning stuff that they really didn't know. And so come and join. It's just less than $1 a day, monthly. Get in, stay as long as you want, get out whenever you want. That's what I'm doing with this class, Money Moves, okay? Money Moves, and it's not just options. I'm showing you my long-term portfolios and crypto plays, okay? All right, good people. We're going to leave it right there in this busy day so we can get back to work here. Let's see what these earnings look like. And let's see, I want to say this. The pressure is on the president right now, and that may be a good thing. It may be a good thing. Let's think about it. Because of his first 100 days, what is the market saying? Mr. President, the market is saying you need to do something, and he may do something. So get your feelings out of the way, good people, whether you love him or hate him. If he says, you know what, we're going to end this tariff or we're going to lower this, anything could happen to cause the market to be up, even in the midst of all of this recession talk. All right. So let's keep our ears to the pavement. OK. All right. We'll see you Friday. All right. Unless you're in Money Moves, we'll see you there. It's going to be the top link below. Live, love, laugh, and learn.